What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Two in the Teal podcast. I'm Ethan.
I'm Marcus. Thanks for riding with us. We're going to be here with you all season long. A lot of tears, a lot of happy times. Give us a like and subscribe.
Let's freaking go.
Yo, yo,
Hey, man.
Coach, how we doing?
Hey, good morning, GM. Well, it's the evening, and emotions are high. The emotions are high, and you know what? I've got a level head right now. I've been really looking forward to this episode because, Ethan, I am such a Jags fan, and so are you, that I think last Sunday was the most emotional football game I've been a part of in so long. Like, I can't even remember the last time where I was so glued in on a football game. And it's just good to be here. It's good to chop it up, good to talk about it, and good to look forward to the Texans game this weekend.
Yeah, it's the most dialed in I've been for a Jaguar game since 2 seasons ago when if we beat the Titans, we win the division. If we lose to the Titans, then the Texans win the division. And we lost to the Titans, and that was the bad 9-7 year, 9-8, I think. So that was the season after the playoffs where we lost like 5 of the last 6 or something, or 7 of the last 8 or something crazy. But you're so right. Sunday locked in. And I mean, it's been that long since I was that locked into a game. Emotions have calmed down a little bit. I took comfort in Pete Prisco. He did his Jaguar show, and he said, hey, Trevor actually kind of like played fine. I was like,
yeah. Like, it's crazy.
It was like they were dropping the ball. And they were talking about if Diami catches that one in the end zone, they're like, instead of 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, and us saying bad things, is he like 5 touchdowns and 1 pick? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
And
I'm a hands-up kind of guy, dude. I'm a hands-up kind of guy. I'm a big responsibility taker.
Yeah.
When things I may have dogged on Trevor a little hard after he waved Coach off thing. Coach got on the mic and he said, "You know what? It's an emotional game."
We were like, "Cut his ass."
It's an emotional football game. We actually had Coach on the podcast. No, we didn't. But if we did, he would say, it's an emotional football game. Trevor's saying it's an emotional game. I think it was more of a like wave off. Yeah, I got it. Not like a whatever you're saying. I don't care. Yeah. We'll never know. But he really didn't play that bad. 2 worst things were that crazy pick in the end zone where it's like, just take the sack, give us the field goal. And then that scramble play where he tossed the rock like 5 yards after the line of scrimmage is like, that was a little bit scary. Yeah. And it just doesn't look good. But like, other than that, I mean, we were just dropping the football.
Yeah.
Couple more catches, that game goes a different way, dude.
Running the football well, defense played well. I know they gave up, however many points they gave up, but that last game-winning drive, I mean, like, that, even after all that, by the way, I've also come around, that was not a fumble on the Trayvon Walker thing, even though you could have explained it to me 7 times, and I still didn't believe you, but
it was.
I saw some more explanations on Twitter, and I was like, okay, fine, stupid rule, but fine. That 4th and 5 on the Bengals, what would become their game-winning drive, that should have ended the football game.
Yes.
What I saw someone say is the angle of the ref who threw the flag, he was saying, I could understand actually how that ref thought there was more contact than there was. He said, because it looked like Yoshivas was like falling out of bounds, but he was like, but the ball was overthrown. That ball was not going to be caught in bounds, by the way. Travis was right there on him, but it's like that kind of like, it's silly because I'm like, Travis is running his route with him. He's right there. His head turned back and his hand touched that football. And his hand was resting. And his hand was resting on his chest, and they called the flag, but he was saying Yoshivas, the receiver, was kind of like leaning out of bounds a little bit, so it kind of looked like Travis was pushing him. But this is the kind of stuff where, the NFL only has 2 stains really on it still. One, that their players are criminals a lot of the time. Like, the Chiefs were under fire because the players were wearing free Rashee Rice. He was driving 120 miles an hour on the Dallas highway, caused a 6-car collision, and fled the scene. So 2 people went to the hospital, and they're saying, no, he's totally innocent. Hey, Taylor, anything to say about that? No? You're
Yeah,
okay with
right.
that? So Taylor Swift is okay with 6-car accidents and fleeing the scene. She doesn't care. I was joking with Natalie. I was like, I wonder what that's like when Travis was introducing her to his teammates, and he was like, hey, this is Kareem Hunt. He's the one, he beat the hell out of a girl in a hotel a few years back. And then this is Rashee Rice. He almost killed a bunch of people on a Dallas highway, and was she just like,
Jeez.
oh my God, hello. No,
Yeah.
anyway. So the criminals, and then they're saying free 4. I'm like, he should be in prison. He should be in jail. Like,
he absolutely should.
If he didn't run fast and catch football, he's in jail.
Pretty much.
That's a lot of teams have that problem. And then number 2 is the BS penalties. That, wait, why can't they just review it and say, no, that wasn't a pass interference?
Dude, that's what I was thinking. I mean, there has to be, with all the reviewing capabilities and like touchdowns being able to be reviewed to the micrometer nowadays, and it's like, I mean, we saw it where I can't remember who it was, but on the Bengals, he caught that one-handed ball. He had 1 foot down, and then his calf hit in bounds.
Yeah.
And they were able to determine that was definitely a touchdown, because by ruling, if you get the majority of the leg down in bounds, it's a touchdown. So why is it not able to be looked at the other way in critical moments where the game is on the line, Ethan? And maybe one referee, like you're saying, had a poor angle and it looked like pass interference. Okay, but all the other refs could go ahead and review that and say, no, that's definitely not pass interference. So why is that not integrated into the football game?
Yeah, refs can pick up flags and say there was no penalty for whatever and give it a quick review. I saw, I think it was Dave Portnoy who was like, refs got to get out of the games in these last couple minutes. But then, okay, well, then you can't just have free for all of it.
Exactly,
like, smacking each other in the face. So Colin Cowherd makes the argument. Players are allowed to drop passes, throw interceptions, miss tackles. I'm going to stomach a few bad calls from the ref because he is right. We deserved to win that game because it was Bengals got bailed out by the refs at the end of the day. But that's with the context of we also had a bunch of drops, missed tackles. We had all of our issues, but still at the end of the game, we were right there about to win. And they got bailed out by the refs. The Colts got bailed out by the refs in their game against the Broncos. They called some penalty on their missed field goal, and they moved them up, and then they make the field goal. It happens.
Yeah.
So
you don't throw a pick in the end zone, right? You take 3 points.
Yeah.
You're able to go for it. Excuse me. You don't go for it on 4th down for a touchdown. You take 3 points. You have a 6-point lead. You know, it changes the outlook of how you play the rest of the football game. So I understand the concept of like playing the game better early on so that you're not put in those situations at the end, but that's just football. And it's like, I don't see how it's fair to say like, oh, the refs have to even out the game. You know, they have to even out the penalties. To me, that is a load of crap, because either one team is causing penalties or one team's not. That doesn't mean the other team isn't gonna, they're not gonna call penalties on the other team for not having for not being penaltied. Like I don't know what I'm trying to say, Ethan. Like, it doesn't make sense that one team's getting penalized while the other team's playing fair, and then you penalize them to even out the game.
Yep.
So I saw a couple of those posts on Twitter where it's like, well, they deserved it with the blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it doesn't make sense to me, dude.
And it's how most of these games are going to go. It's just a couple plays here and there. The Dallas Cowboys, if CeeDee Lamb had caught a couple of those balls late in the game, I mean, would the Cowboys be 2-0 with wins over the Giants and the Eagles in their division? If they didn't call that pass interference on Travis Hunter, instead of, people then going, oh, there's the Jaguars, same old Jaguars. Now it's, oh, the Jaguars are 2-0. And Travis Hunter had the game-winning coverage against the Bengals, right? Like, you're just a play away from the narrative being so different, and
that's the way it's supposed. That's
the
way the narrative should have been.
It's okay, but
why does it always happen to the Jags, man?
But
why is it always the Jags?
But this
explain that to me.
The team looks different, though, right?
Oh, the team looks way different. However, the refs have always screwed us, man. in the past, we've been so screwed by the refs, okay? And you know what, man? It feels like the league doesn't want us to succeed sometimes.
I don't know about that, but I will say with the whole Micah Parsons thing, some people were saying Micah was getting a whole bunch of holding calls, as in like the O linemen were holding him in that Thursday night game for the Packers, and like people were saying like he was not getting those when he was on the Dallas Cowboys, like.
I don't understand.
And what if this ref is some Giants fan and he's like, no, I hate the Cowboys. I'm not calling that. Like, and I know that doesn't happen, but
is it a script? Is it scripted? Is the
I
NFL scripted?
Also, most fan bases feel this way because we watch our games, whereas you just go check the box score of all the other games. So when we watch our games, we come away going, those mother effing refs. But like, you know, what other games were there?
Hang on a second. Hang on a second, Ethan. I like to think that I watch the game with a level head where I'm actually analyzing, oh, yeah, our offensive lineman absolutely just held that defensive lineman. Right. We need to be better about that. You know, that was 100% pass interference. We need to make sure that we're attacking the ball, not the receiver. Like, that's how I watched the game. So there were times where we were definitely supposed to be penalized, like on those illegal motion calls. Every single one of them, I was like, why are we still moving pre-snap? You know?
Yeah.
But then it comes down to one or two penalties where I'm like, that's a game changer, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, at all. It's almost like there's so much involved, dude, where there's sports betting and there's a narrative, man. And I might be going down like a rabbit hole of like conspiracy theory, but that's what this show is for, right? Like, it makes me feel, and as a fan, I know there's more like me. It makes me feel like the odds are always pinned against us.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. You know, unfortunately, I hate when I hear the counter arguments because Kansas City was not this big market for the NFL. If the NFL was rigged, it would be Dallas, Green Bay, Chicago. If the NFL was rigged, they wouldn't have the Chicago Bears be as, tortured of a team as they are. Like, that's such a big,
what's your reasoning?
That's such a big market. There's so many Chicago Bear fans.
Yeah. Maybe you're right, Ethan. Maybe I'm just a crazy lunatic.
I hear you, and but then certain things happen where it's like, well, us conspiracy theorists are about to have a day on this one, that Travis Hunter pass interference. I'm like, nope, I'm about to have me a day with that one. That was bad.
Dude, I was emotional. I was emotional.
That was, I mean, almost like wear it as a badge of honor, Travis, that your coverage was so good that they thought, no, he has to be doing something, right? He must be tugging on his jersey. He must be holding him. He must be doing something. No, Travis was literally resting his hand on his shoulder and going, I'm right here. I'm right here. Oh, he threw the ball, batted away. He's
turned and got his hand on it.
And then also the narrative on Travis Hunter, this was something that I'm pumping the brakes on because my prediction is still what that Seahawks game is going to be his breakout game. That has no evidence, no thought behind it other than just like, that seems about right.
You have a feeling.
I have a feeling. But, if Travis Hunter doesn't get PI called there, so receiver-wise, Teteroa, McMillan, Egbuka on the Buccaneers, they look better at receiver than Travis Hunter does so far. So 2 weeks in, he looks like the third or fourth best rookie receiver. And I'd say he looks like the best corner so far in this class because that coverage was perfect. And like,
dude, that was
kind of locked down. Like,
that play, man, when I watched it, I was like, this whole trade up to grab him was worth it. And then I saw that flag fly across the field, man, and I just about lost it.
Yeah.
When I saw how perfect that coverage was.
Perfect.
How at the last second he got his head around, he got his eyes on the football, and got his hand on the ball before it crossed. Yeah. And the receiver could even make a chance to grab that thing.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
So, look, they got bailed out. The Bengals did, it was, Trey Hendrickson also made his presence known. So, I mean, for as much as it's like, that pass interference, like we did deserve to win that game, just so we're clear, like we were about to win that game and you got bailed out by the refs, block Trey Hendrickson better, catch the football. Yeah. Trevor, don't throw that pass in when you're in the red zone, just throw it out of bounds, take the sack, take the 3 points, and don't force it to Travis in the end zone. So far, I've think I've learned that Travis might have been a little overrated as a receiver. And they did say that, by the way. Liam has said that, like, oh, he's very raw at receiver. That's why in the offseason he was doing mostly receiver, because they were like, he's pretty plug and go at corner. Like, it's so natural to him. And you saw that on that last play. That wasn't effing pass interference. But okay. Do you want to turn the page?
Should we move on?
I think we should move on.
Do we have anything else to say about Sunday? I mean, I've got one last thing. I mean, I'm still give Trevor a couple more chances to show that he really deserves to be with this group, you know? And I thought he played pretty well overall. I mean, some bad balls, but like, you can't expect the guy to be perfect, right?
No. They released their sounds of the game, and it was so disappointing because, like, it was like everything was going so well. Bashal Tutin looks awesome.
Yeah.
Brian Baldinger posted about Trayvon Walker, who was a menace out there. I saw something that he has like 17 sacks in the last 23 games or something, Trayvon Walker, like, or some crazy stat
sacks?
like that.
Hell yeah.
Bull rush sacks. And you know, so many things were going well, and it was just a couple things here and there. I will retract. They say never revisit a bad take. I will retract some of my statements of like trade Trevor, get rid of him. Like, but you know, but
we'll see what happens, man. We could be sitting here after the Texans game and say, nope, we were right. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
That's true. But yeah, man. All right, Texans week. Did you watch them play the Buccaneers, or at least some of it?
I was so locked in on that football game, dude. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think that was probably the best ending of a football game I've seen in a long time. Where
awesome.
I mean, you just saw Baker Mayfield show how good he is at leading an offense and then taking matters into his own hands when the opportunities aren't available. Like, that guy is such a dog. He is such an athlete. And amazingly, they were catching the football when they needed to most, right? Yep. And they didn't cower in fear, right? So shout out to the Bucs for taking down the Texans for us.
Yes.
Now we get to go in there on Sunday and deliver it how we want to, right? And the Texans are going to be afraid because they're 0-2 now, right? They have they've got a whole franchise organization that's like, okay, what's the move going forward?
Right.
If we beat them, oh my gosh, it's going to be huge.
I saw Albert Breer. He works for, I forget who he works for, but he's an NFL reporter. And his prediction is whoever loses this game spirals.
Jeez.
And he said, think about it.
I could see that.
0-3, the odds of being a playoff team at 0-3 are like so low, like less than 10% or something.
Yeah. Quint doesn't believe that theory, but it's true.
If it's not that, it's pretty close. And it's because mostly it's bad teams who are 0-3. Like, if the Chiefs go 0-3, they'll probably be in that like 8% that make the playoffs.
I don't believe it. Yeah.
Well, okay. But pretend they're the
good team. You know my stance.
I know your stance. But I mean, think if Texans go 0-3, that's an easy spiral. The Jaguars go 1-2 with just a gut-wrenching loss to the Texans at home. I think we're going to win this game, and we'll go into more specifics and matchups, but they did a locker room media scrum, and a reporter asked Josh Hines-Allen, you've never beaten the Texans at home before. Josh Hines-Allen has never beaten the Texans at home before. And he said,
is that real? Real?
He said, really? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, we're going to have to rectify that. And I think
rectify is a great word.
He didn't say that. I put that.
Well, then you're just a smart guy, Ethan. You're smart.
I love that word. I think the boys are motivated, and I think this staff is different. I think, Trevor couldn't motivate me to make a sandwich, right? When we're talking about Baker, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, those guys would be captains if they were kickers, right? Those are linebackers mentally who happen to be quarterbacks.
Absolutely, man.
Trevor is a captain because he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Dak and Baker and Jalen Hurts and Mahomes, they're captains because they're the leaders on the team.
Yeah.
If it comes down to crunch time, which it will against the Texans, I'm like, I'm going to need the dog and Trevor to come out. I still haven't seen the dog and Trevor come out ever since we were down 24 points to the Chargers in that playoff game.
Dude,
and that's something I'd really like to see this weekend.
Dude, you and me both, man. You and me both.
I'd also like to
Ethan.
blow them out. Blowing them out would be tight too, but that's not going to happen. It's probably going to be a close game. But anyway.
And like, I got to say that in the beginning of the season, before in the preseason, we were always like, if they win 9 games, satisfied, right?
Such a good
At this
year.
point, though, based on what I've seen, like what we're actually capable of doing, it's like, no. Let's go win this division, man. Let's go take this thing.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of hope as far as Jags fans go, especially after seeing how we lost the game last week. I mean, I think we step into our home stadium and we really put it on them, man. And it's probably gonna be a good game, like you said, but I think it's very, very winnable.
It's very winnable. Texans offensive line has not looked very good.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got dudes down there. It's just like, apparently they haven't had 5 starters consistently already 2 games in. Like they've already rotated guys in and out. They've got Derek Stingley at corner, who's like all world. He's unbelievable. Yeah. He's so good. And going into this year, I thought, okay, great. Then who's going to cover Travis Hunter? But so far, what I've seen from Travis Hunter at receiver, I'm like, oh, like somebody will. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit nervous about BT with the case of the drops. Travis not being quite where he needs to be. Diami is really solid, and they've got pass rushers. I'm just a little bit nervous about, is Trevor going to be able to make it work against this defense? You know what? You're wearing number 85 right now. I know it's not Brenton Strange, it's Tim Tebow, but
we're going to pretend.
This game has Brenton Strange written all over it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And I mean, we got to also think about how CJ Stroud just hasn't really found his groove yet, but we know what that guy's capable of.
He's so good.
I mean, he is capable of putting on an elite clinic against us on Sunday. If they find their groove, man, it's going to be tough. And there's a good chance that we lose, there's a good chance that we win. I'd say it's pretty 50-50 right now. So whatever happens, as long as we play a good physical football game at the end of the day, that's what I care about most. But hopefully we're kind of figuring it out as far as like the tempo of the offense goes. If we can get our tempo down and we're not getting these crazy motion penalties, I mean, I think we can control the game on offense. I really do. And I think you're right about Brenton Strange, because if they've got lockdown corners and we're not using our star wide receivers, I mean, throw the ball to the areas of the field that are open. He's gonna. Is Brenton Strange blocking this route? This player? Is he running a route? He's gonna be open at some point. So for sure, man. That's a great point.
And it's just, it's going to be a dogfight because these division games always are. And, CJ, I'll never forget his rookie year. You and I went to that Texans game week 3 in Jacksonville, and we were like, oh, easy win right here. And he dropped like 40 on us right in front of our dumb faces. And the last time we beat the Texans, I was there in Houston, and we won 24-21. Oh my God, the first drive of the game, he had like a 70-yard bomb right to Tank Dell's hands, and it got called back for an illegal shift in the stadium. All the air got sucked out, and I was like, woo, great call, refs, way to catch that.
And you're just the only guy there getting excited
about it. Only one
it.
in teal in the next 3 sections around me.
Were people looking at you like,
oh yeah.
You might have gotten mugged on the way out.
Very nice.
Oh, they were good crowd there.
Good crowd, very good crowd.
Now you do that in Philly, you might be walking out of there with a broken leg or something.
Southern hospitality is real.
Yeah. So we like the fan base. We just
Nico Collins, he's really good. I'm kind of on team. Just throw Travis on Nico Collins.
Yeah, I mean, he's our best corner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got weapons on offense. I don't know if you saw the locker room press talking to BTJ. And one of the press was like, "Are you in a slump?" And BTJ was just like, "No, I just got to execute." So, I mean, I really think that possibly he just had a bad game, where maybe, and you don't know what's going on in life. Like, he could have had a bad week, for family reasons or something that
Yeah,
we don't know
for
about. And it's
sure.
like, he's not a bad football player. Like,
No.
he's been proven very, very good, very, very efficient. So like, give him another week. Maybe that was his moment of saying like, okay, the fan base is starting to see and they're starting to be questionable. Now watch this.
Yeah. And
So
he's going to have Derek Stingley on him. So, like we said, this is a Bretton Strange, Bashal Tootin, Travis Etienne, De'Ami Brown type of game. But I saw a clip, and I know we're moving on from the Bengals game, but it was Dan Orlovsky on ESPN, and he was saying, yes, BT had a case of the drops, but he said there were a couple where Trevor and BT were not on the same page.
yeah,
So there was one route where Brian, the way he ran it is he thought, I'm over the top, throw it down the field, this is a touchdown.
yeah,
Trevor treated it more as back shoulder. And so he threw it behind him because he thought it was he didn't see how much he had him beat. So it was like, that one's on Trevor. And then just, you never get into a rhythm and then you get the drops. And, people keep talking about like hospital ball. Michael Irvin used to say, I'm running the slant or I'm running back to the ghetto or something. Like he's like, I'm gonna get hit. That's fine. But
yeah,
also, but then I see people keep going like, well, Trevor hit him in the hands. And same guy on ESPN, he was saying like, right, but on those, the receiver knows that if you hit him in the hands, he's about to get walloped. Like he's about to get
yeah,
destroyed. You need to be hitting him in the chest, and that's what coach was yelling at him. Hit him in the chest so he can fall on the ground, and then he doesn't get decapitated. And Trevor, I feel
yeah,
like he's just throwing it really hard right here. And then I keep seeing stats about like, well, he's actually one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. And I go, oh no, he's hitting them right here. The problem is that he's hitting them right here when he should be hitting them right here. Like he's accurate. He's
yeah,
got an arm. He's just underdeveloped mentally. And I keep going back to the way Brady talks about these quarterbacks. He goes, they're all overdeveloped physically. They all have these rocket arms. They're all really fast, really strong, but they have no touch. They can't read a defense. They don't understand. You put the ball here instead of right here. Brady, if you watch his highlights, he was throwing it to Julian Edelman close to the ground, letting him fall into it. Let's take our 15 yards and move on. And that's what I need out of Trevor. He seems to be a home run hitter. Do you see the home run hitter thing? Like, you know what I'm
oh
talking
yeah,
about?
oh yeah, dude. That's just being a good captain, dude.
Yeah.
Like saying, okay, I don't need you to catch this ball and get in the end zone. I need you to catch this ball and get down, and be
Yes.
safe.
Yes.
A quarterback who's going to take the wide receiver safety as a priority is going to put the ball in places where they're going to be set up for success.
Yep.
But here's the thing. DK Metcalf gets his hands on that football. He's taking the hit and he's probably going to get in the end zone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like there's that difference between like the wide receivers who are crafty and catch the ball and they want to juke someone out, and then there's a difference. There's a wide receiver that's going to grab the ball and like want to get hit and say no, 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 here we go. Now here's another thing, Ethan. Do we think that should have been Brenton Strange?
I would like these over the middles when there's three guys on top of him to be Brenton Strange.
Shouldn't it have been a Brenton Strange ball, our
Yeah.
tough
Well, yeah,
physical tight end who has hands,
for sure. Like within
who's
that,
not
like
afraid to get
that
hit?
between that like 5 and the 15 or whatever, yes. Like
Or even Parker Washington.
talk about a guy who rises
Talk
to the
about a
occasion,
dog, dude.
catches the
Talk
football,
about a dog, Ethan.
catches the football. Somebody was saying, they were like, if this was no draft position, no nothing, this is a brand new year, you don't know anything about these guys. Somebody was saying, Jeff Lageman, he was like, a coach would have benched Brian Thomas and put in Parker Washington in that game.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
seems to be
you're
catching the
right.
football today. But do you you don't want to make him discouraged, whatever. And
Yeah.
then you dive into the whole, wide receivers are oftentimes divas and they're like, no, get me the ball, whatever.
You gotta hope that that's not what's happening in BTJ's head, man.
No,
I mean,
he
I got my fingers crossed on that he's not going to turn into one of those diva type players that's going to hate playing for Jacksonville, because it's Jacksonville.
Yeah. And
Like-
another thing on BT is like, let's pump the brakes. People were talking about, oh, he's up there with Jamar Chase and them. No, he's not. You watch CeeDee Lamb, Jamar
Yeah,
Chase.
man.
Those guys
I
are on
don't see
different
it.
planets. I mean,
Yeah.
even Malik Neighbors up in New York, is his college teammate, just has this more natural thing about him. He's really good and he's really fast.
Do you in that game, did you see Wandale Robinson?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
nice little guy right there, dude.
I mean, I went ahead and picked him up in fantasy because after watching that game, I was like, hang on a minute. Is this a number 8 wide receiver in fantasy points right now who could possibly be a big number 2 on the Giants?
Yeah.
I mean, so maybe BTJ kind of falls into that kind of a category. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm Googling something real quick. I'm Googling what are the most yards Trevor Lawrence has thrown in a game,
Oh, he's had some
NFL.
big games, dude. He's had a
But I'm
couple big
wondering
ones.
because Trevor Lawrence most passing yards in a game was 371 against the
371.
Colts on October 6, 2024. Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards on Sunday.
Isn't that insane?
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that insane, dude?
Old washed Russell Wilson had a better game than Trevor's had his entire career.
That's a dagger.
But that's the thing is that he looked washed, and then it was like the Cowboys defense must not be very good because you usually aren't throwing like 7 go balls in a game. Like, so they must have been like, just launch it.
I'm starting to think, I mean, he's just got this wild connection with his wide receivers that is rare, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they were locked.
Yeah.
Both of them were catching the rock like left and right, dude.
Yeah. So, for this game on Sunday for the Texans, the things that I've seen are, one, the Texans O-line isn't very good, so get in CJ's face, and we've seen it. They kind of,
Oh, yeah.
He'll crumble a little bit. Not crumble because
yeah.
he's not a good football player. Just if you got guys in your face, it's not going to be the same. You can't operate. Mahomes, when he doesn't have good protection, gets blown out in 2 Super Bowls, okay? And
Yeah.
Mahomes has already had a Hall of Fame career. He's been in the AFC Championship every single year he's played football. Can you believe that?
I mean, I think that changes this year, but yeah.
It might change this year. I saw a stat, Marcus. He has played now 70 home games in the NFL, and Mahomes has been an underdog for 2 of them.
Wow.
Jaguars are home favorites this weekend, by the way, which isn't that the exact kind of game we'd like fumble when we're finally a home favorite. You know what we should do? We should put Trevor Bank on the stadium again. Let's do that again. Can we have Trevor Bank back?
Please don't even talk about that. It's so cringy, man.
Awful.
It's so cringy, dude.
So get the pass rush going, get home with 4. Their rush defense apparently isn't very good, which I'm like, people keep going like, oh, the Texans are 28th in rush defense. I go, it's been 2 games.
Yeah.
Like, relax. Here, let me ask you this. So, somebody asked Liam Cohen, the Texans lost to the Rams. Liam Cohen comes from the Rams, same system and everything. Can he get some kind of what worked, what didn't work by watching that Rams game? You like that? I love that.
I love that a lot, Ethan.
Yeah.
I like the way that sounds.
I really like that.
I got nothing else to say about that. I just really like that.
The only thing I would say on that is they have Matthew Stafford and we have Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, but hey, man, we've seen some glimpses. You see that opening drive, on last Sunday.
I saw
that opening drive.
I saw that. How do you like his whole? He doesn't defer. Liam wants the ball. Have you noticed that 2 games in a row? He's an
offensive mind. He's really confident. I mean,
he wants scores on the board.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely statistics behind you score the game you score first, you're probably gonna win the football game. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm pretty sure I've heard of that before.
Yeah,
Am I making
I think
that
that's
up?
why he does it, because if you score first, yeah, give me a quick Google. I like it. I like the aggressive, and it's also him. 1, you can either take it as him showing confidence in his offense, or 2, him at bare minimum challenging Trevor. I liked it when he went for the 4th down in the red zone. If we had kicked the field goal, who knows what would have happened, because they'd still need a touchdown. And he said, like, if they had scored a touchdown, you guys would kill me either way, right? So yeah. I'm okay with it. I'm also okay with him going, hey, Trevor, $250 million quarterback? No, these are the everybody. Quarterbacking's easy when you can just throw it up to whoever and whatever, all that. It's that game-winning drive Baker had against the Texans. Yeah. That's why you're making the money you're making. I need it there. And I don't need it against the Panthers week 1, posting 16 Instagram photos talking about 1-0, baby. Yeah. Thanks, Trevor. Awesome. Yeah, really awesome. How are we doing now? And I'm like, that's not why we paid you to beat up on the Panthers. We paid you to beat guys like the Bengals, the Texans, the Chiefs Monday night. That's what I need.
You're firing me up right now, Ethan.
Dude. And
oh my gosh.
And look, this organization, this regime didn't pay him, dude, but they're the ones that are like, you're the one that makes $55 million a year.
Yeah.
Go get me this fourth down. Go score me. Go get me a score on this opening drive.
Yeah. How much does Baker Mayfield make? Do we know?
$55 million.
Another Google.
Another
just
Google.
So everybody knows, and so you know, by the way, the statistic of if you score first in a football game, the chances of you winning, Ethan, take a guess.
If you score a touchdown on the opening drive, touchdown or points?
Let me verify.
Well,
just
either
if
way,
you
I'm
score first. If you score first,
80%.
It's 64%, but
okay.
you kind of crushed you ruined it a little bit there, but
sorry. Hey, Baker
I like
Mayfield,
your confidence.
Baker Mayfield, by the way, he signed a 3-year, $100 million contract, so it's $33.3 million a year in March of 2024. 50 guaranteed. In July 2025, they added $30 million in guaranteed money for the 2026 season. So something about $115 million. So he makes not as much as Trevor, not nearly as much as Trevor.
So you're like, that's almost nearly half.
Trevor makes a good chunk more money than Baker Mayfield does.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That really blows my mind.
It's insane, and but I can't stress it enough. I'm like, it's like, so like Colin Cowherd. I hate how much I bring him up, but he makes the comparison to parenting. He goes, parenting's really easy when you've got a 4.0 kid who's good at their sport, who's well behaved, who doesn't drink and drive, all that. He goes, parenting's hard when they messed up, when they got a D on a test, when they got in trouble at school. That's when parenting matters. Being quarterback's really easy when it's dinking and dunking and the defense is playing really well. It's, hey, fourth down in the red zone. I need you now.
Yep.
Can you do it, Trevor? Can I get that? Or do you have to be down 24 points for the dog to come out? That's what I want to see, dude. And that's what makes me nervous about the Monday night game against the Chiefs is I need the dog to come out.
We'll see, man. I'm giving him another week. Let's see how he plays against the Texans. We'll reconvene and everything's going to be great because at the end of the day, Ethan, here's what happened. We have a night and day football team and organization, coaching staff. So if it comes down to at the end of the season that they believe that we need to make a change in the quarterback room, that's what we do. And we just keep moving on from there, man, But I believe that the way this team is right now with T-Law, I mean, this is an 8, 9, 10 win, maybe even a division win team,
Division's wide open. The Colts will fizzle out. Shout out, Joe.
I mean,
the Colts will fizzle out. It's
we
Daniel Jones. He'll Daniel Jones. He'll be back to being Daniel Jones.
I mean, but he looks so good.
The New Orleans Saints last year put up 40 on the Cowboys and shut them out. They had the best 2 weeks to start a season ever. Now here come the Colts. They got bailed out by the refs to beat the Broncos. They got to beat up on the Dolphins, just like the Jaguars got to beat up on the Panthers. And then refs bailed out the Colts and said refs bailed out the Bengals for us. So that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
That Tyler Warren though, oh boy,
I know. Yeah,
he is nice.
Yeah, he is real nice.
You know what? He would have looked really good in some teal and black.
He sure would have.
Him and Brenton Strange.
Oh my gosh, man! Don't even get me going.
Yeah,
we have weapons, dude. We have weapons. BTJ. Here's what's gonna happen on Sunday. I'm gonna manifest really quick. I'm gonna manifest really quick. Give me a moment. Give me the room. All right. Here's what's gonna happen. BTJ is gonna get locked back in.
Yes.
We're gonna see the same ball catcher we know.
Yes.
Brenton Strange. Brenton Strange is gonna be a key player in the game.
Yes.
Getting open in tight spaces. We're gonna give him the ball. Give Trevor the chance to make 5 to 10 yard gains with Strange. ETN and Tootin are going to split reps evenly. Tootin is actually going to have a pop-off game where he's going to score, I think, his first touchdown of the season in this game.
I think he's probably going to
2. He's already got 2?
Tootin? He might have 2 already.
Oh my gosh, he's going to score again. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, he's sick.
What else is going to happen? Trayvon Walker is going to absolutely crush this game.
Yeah.
Josh Hines-Allen is going to be applying consistent pressure in the face of C.J. Stroud.
Yep.
Foye is going to lock down the middle.
Oh, God, I love Foye.
And Travis Hunter is going to be our lockdown corner.
Yeah.
And he's not only going to make a difference at corner, but we're going to throw him in on offensive plays when they're least expecting it, catch them off guard, and boom, 10, 15, 20 yards, Travis Hunter.
Yes.
You weren't expecting that. Travis, get off the field, get ready for defense. We're about to go score.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
We're gonna win the football game.
I like
the Jags are gonna win the football game.
I like another 27, 24, 27, 17, 24, 17. Maybe a few more field goals than that. Like 20 to 23. Something like that. Like I could see our defense is shutting each other down in the red zone. So Trevor's going to throw his red zone picks. And that's another thing. This is the last thing I'll say is, something I've had to come to terms with is like, I've got to get it out of my mind that Trevor is one of those guys. He's not. He is a good quarterback being paid great money. And it's unfair for me to come into the game going, come on, Trevor, let me get my 450 and 4 touchdowns. It's not going to happen.
No.
It's not him right now. And, and I've got to level my expectations back out.
Let me ask you this before we go. You know this. How much does Dak Prescott make?
$60 million.
Wait, like a year?
Yeah, he signed 4 years, 240.
How much does Trevor make?
55. Isn't that crazy?
Something's not adding up.
What do you mean?
I mean, I just feel like those numbers should be like way, way different. Like where Dax stays the same, but Trevor's goes down a good bit.
Yeah. Oh, if guys were getting paid like what they've truly earned,
like their value,
then Trevor would be Trevor. There's no world where Baker Mayfield should be making less money than Trevor Lawrence. Patrick Mahomes makes less money than Trevor Lawrence. This is the part I cannot understand. What these agents? I mean, good for them. They're doing their job.
Shout out the agents.
I'm these
for
GMs,
real.
Agent comes up to me and he goes like, "Hey, so Trevor Lawrence, I'm thinking 5 years, 275." I'd be like, "What? No." I'd be like, "Are you kidding me,
dude?"
Like, he's playing on the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
Who was Balky negotiating against there?
Oh my gosh, man.
The gamble was, oh no, watch this. $55 million a year is going to look like a screaming deal here any year now. Nope.
They must really have believed in him. And like, does this new office, like, do they pay him? I don't know. I don't have a choice but to root for him right now, Yeah. So I mean, Trevor's my guy until there's a change. No matter what, there's nothing we can do about it, dude. So we just got to hope for the best and
I'm hoping,
and play the game that we know. Put ourselves in right situations, limit mistakes, and tip the refs, apparently.
Yeah. I like a 23-20 game-winning field goal, goes either way type of thing.
If you could send the ref right now $1,000 to not throw the game for us on Sunday, would you do it?
You're saying, would I basically pay $1,000 for that ref to not have thrown the flag
against
the Bengals, more or less?
Yeah, $1,000 cash right now.
I might be keeping my cash. No,
it's $1,000. I mean, is this worth $1,000 to you right now?
Let's think of it in terms of Bitcoin. If you told me how much,
I know you got some Bitcoin on you, bro. I know you got some Bitcoin.
Let me see how many Bitcoins is $1,000. Hang on, I'm right there. Bitcoin
0.00000.
Exactly. Let's see. Bitcoin buy $1,000 is 0.0085. Yeah, you can have 0.0085 of my Bitcoin.
No. You save that Bitcoin, Ethan. You save that Bitcoin. We're gonna take the L. That's fine. We're moving on. Week 3, Ethan. Here we go.
Baby.
Let's
23-20. What's your prediction?
28-21.
Nice. So you like a game. You like a Jaguars score touchdown, go up 7.
Yes.
Stop the Texans defense from having a game-winning drive this time.
Yes.
Travis Hunter's locked down and does not get flagged this time around.
Yes. I think that's what we are going to do.
I think
that's what we're going to do, man.
Okay, truly, last thing I'll say is, would you rather win on a game-winning field goal or win on defense stopping a game-winning
defense
drive?
stopping an offense drive every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. And you know what, man? I surely hope that Travis Hunter gets his opportunity again to do something like that, to show how great he is, to show that he was worth that pick and make it actually matter. Not that that one didn't because it totally wasn't pass interference. But
it wasn't. Yeah.
To make it like, oh my gosh, like shout out to our guy because he is that good at corner, man. He is.
He is. Yeah.
He's locked down corner.
21, 23-20. I love it. I love it. All right, brother.
Go Jags, man.
Go Jags, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.